You are watching Xirtus.
Enough is enough.
Isn't that great? Because it looks like Trump, and in the background you even have the, I don't know, fractalized supposed, I don't know, viruses, whatever it should be. So draw no plot cards this turn. At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. So yeah, in relation to that, you can go to the next one. So there is just, this is just because I was looking for it, how I wanted to relate it. I don't remember exactly, but there is apparently some quotes. Maybe you know more about it, about enough is enough. Yes. Some people actually using that phrasing, which is interesting. I didn't watch this whole video, but someone somewhere apparently had used this. Maybe even Kirk himself. I'm not exactly sure, but this was like a thing just before this event happened. And then if you want, you can go to the next two videos on Odyssey because YouTube says they've been taken down by the creator. I'm not exactly sure what the background story of that is. Next one, yes. So just, I'm not gonna talk about it too much. People can believe whatever they want. If something is so highly publicized, there's a lot of big questions, and these were just two videos I quickly pulled up, or basically I searched for them again on Odyssey because they're not available on YouTube anymore, where you just have this investigation into what extent this whole thing actually was staged, to what extent what actually happened to the guy, and so on. There's many, 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 many questions. But I'll leave it at that. I just wanted to reference it again for people who want to look into this deeper. And then, so you have this video, the next video, and then on Yahoo. Of course, here you have the connection with this Kabbalistic bracelet. Yeah, these videos were taken down from YouTube. Maybe you want to move on because again, there's too much to say about this, but I won't get into this now. People can look it up if they want. But here, of course, a PSA from Yahoo News. Viral posts claim Charlie Kirk shooting was a hoax. It's all being debunked by your mainstream media, so don't you worry about it. Last thing I want to show in relation to that is the next one, which I'm not sure if I had told you about this before. It's a music video. Oh, this is just another from this German guy. He doesn't really believe that it's a hoax, but he's also investigating various aspects. And he brought up the fact that the next video, you can close this one, is a music video. And now maybe put on the CC, pause it. Put on this, oh, you can't put on the CC, damn. On like second 10 or 15, when he's walking up, he's walking and he's literally saying, oh my God, or oh my aorta, for whatever reason. And this video was just released 2 days, and then you skipped over it. Then he gets injected with something. Yeah. He says like, oh my aorta, he's dropping, he's getting the shot, and then he's continuing his Patrick Bet David impression or whatever he's doing. Interestingly, this is a very famous German rapper. Through Trau keinem Promi, the channel we just showed, I was explaining how there are certain very strange background connections between German and American media moguls and potentially very shady and even abusive relationships in the background. I won't repeat all of that right here. But what is interesting is that this music video was released like a day or something after the Charlie Kirk situation. And it's interesting that he's like saying, oh, my aorta, he's dropping, he's getting the shot. And the video was dropped just a day after this whole thing happened. Maybe there's a relationship, maybe not. But the deeper you go into music industry and understand the strange deals and relationships people have that are so highly successful, and this guy has been in the game for like at least 15 years or something, it makes you wonder if there could be connections.
My aorta.
Yeah. Okay, and here again from Traukan and Promi, just interesting, and it's kind of segues into the next thing I want to show, which is about the history of Austria. So here you have Michael Jackson saying, "Oh, Rabbi Shmuley, he's such a good friend of mine," although later he apparently did not get along so well with him anymore, and even maybe was smeared by him or something. I don't know exactly. But what I wanted to get at, which is quite interesting is that you know this guy, right? Rabbi Shmuley. He's
Mm-hmm.
like pretty
Yeah.
famous.
He's like a
And
psycho.
apparently, recently he went to Germany. If you go scroll forward a little bit, and yeah, here you have it. And here it says, I'll just read it. So Germany, because he was visiting Germany. Germany is the most racist, anti-Semitic country in the world. No one even else even comes close. And more statements like that. So, very kind and nice of him to come to Germany
Wow.
and say these things. And then what I was thinking of, because I had just been rewatching this like 22-part documentary, it's like about 1 hour each, about the history of Austria, co-produced or produced by Austrian State Television, and one of the main writers, or here it says, pause it.
Yeah.
So the Rhine Tal region is wonderful, and it's one of the most beautiful places in Europe, but it's masking, like I said, one of the darkest chapters of Jewish history. Yeah, of course, referencing the Holocaust, and yeah, in some very interesting way, connecting back the present day Germans uh, to whatever the Nazis did. Um, of course, without any, without ever being supported by the US or anybody else to even, get to that level of power, but whatever. So he's visiting Germany, and what this reminded me of then, because I had been rewatching this official documentation co-written by Hugo Portisch. Hugo Portisch by now is a officially known, I guess, Freemason, which is interesting. I had shown some podcast interviews with like local Freemasons that were exiting Freemasonry, and one of them even mentioned, yeah, one of the cool guys he met was this Hugo Portisch guy who made this documentary, but not this video. Please go to the next. Yes. So
now we're finally here.
Now we're finally here, and I showed the time code. So for some reason, right. First, this is. Do I have the old link list here? Let me see what I did. All right, so this is just a list. So if you open that link, which is called Österreich Hugo Portisch on my site, here you actually have the playlist. I'm not sure why it's not visible. Oh, it is visible if you scroll down. So here you can see like the whole 22-part documentation of official Austrian history, full PSA, co-written by at least one known Freemason and the Austrian state broadcasting. So of course, there will be a certain Austrian spin to it. However, there are a few elements in this documentation which are quite interesting if you're able to pick up on them. And I just want to show a few excerpts. So if you go to the next one, it should show a time code. Oh my God, was I so silly and again did not include the time code? I will quickly find it for you.
110 and 113 maybe?
No, 1 second. Oh no, this is the wrong one anyways. Oh, it completely messed up what I wanted to do. 1 second. 21, that's that one. I wanted to show the crescent moon again. So if you remember, because I deliberately looked it up, but then again I lost it. That's silly of me. I misclicked the links. I think here it is. 1 second. 1 second. Oh yeah, here we have it. So I'm sending you the exact link, copying it and sending it to you. Here we go. Yes. So please open the link from the private chat. I had brought this up before, but I want to show it again. This is supposedly...
That's the older one, sorry. 1 second. Here we go.
Yes, so here just a few seconds. Just play it for a few seconds and then pause and pause. So this is supposedly in Tyrol, the very last remnants of Nazi Hitler Youth resistance against the liberation of Austria by the Americans, Russians, British, and French. And I've shown you this before. What do you notice on their hats?
Crescent moon, maybe?
Exactly. Why would someone that is at least labeled in this documentary as Hitler Youth, literally child soldiers, that maybe didn't get the message yet that everything is lost, were defending or were fighting against some unit, and supposedly the American commander or something even got angry after they realized that they were literally fighting against children. And also very much later, in a later part of this documentary, you have you briefly are shown the Viennese boys choir, which is like a famous thing for Vienna, where you have a boys choir, and even this boys choir has the crescent moon caps. I have no idea why that is. It's not being explained at all. This would have to be looked into deeper, why both these remnant child soldiers and the Viennese boys choir have crescent moon hats. If that is who is actually depicted there, which of course I really don't know. But that was highly curious to me. Why would there be a crescent moon in Nazi Germany on hats? I don't know. Yeah,
I'm looking
liberation of
right now.
Tyrol.
I'm trying to like
Yes.
Google it. Let's
I
see.
doubt that you'll be able to find anything. but
Well,
maybe.
Vienna's coat and arms have sometimes had crescent moons on them, right? So Vienna coat of arms. Let me see.
Not today.
What's this one for?
That's just generic, I think. Yeah.
But yeah, they're not telling you exactly where it is. So let's see, maybe like Austria, Vienna, coat of arms, crescent moon, coat of arms, something. I don't know. Now I'm curious. There must be a reason that the moon crescent could make sense. I mean, it would only corroborate it further. But yeah, not sure. That's pretty weird. That was a pretty weird choice for them to have the crescent moon because it was so specific and there wasn't much else. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and here,
I'll
you
go back
moved
to
away
this.
from the
I'll
part
go-
I wanted to show.
All right, here we go. Goose
Okay,
stepping.
so pause it.
Stick, ooh,
And
baby.
actually, we may even want to show, you can go back 10 seconds, and if you want, you could even show this for 2 minutes, I hope. Let's show it in a small scale or something. Yeah, your job in Germany, pause it, there's no audio yet. This would be what the American soldiers were shown when they started the liberation / occupation of Austria. And this was like the official training video they were shown for the deployment. In the history then, there was a period where there was a strict ban on fraternization. Then that was being changed again, or apparently different allied powers had different rules of how to interact with the Austrian population and the Austrian government. But this apparently was what was initially being shown to American soldiers. Do we have the audio? Because I think it's actually original English.
Here, I'll tab it up.
All the reason why I'm pulling this up is I thought, oh, could it be that Rabbi Shmuley, this is like still the information that he's got when he was visiting Germany, or whatever, his guideline when he's thinking of Germany.
Trained to hate and believe in. They have been trained to hate and destroy. They believe they were born to be masters, that we are inferiors, designed to be their slaves. They may deny it now, but they believe it.
Wait, what? Wait, they may deny it? Why would they deny it? This is what?
Well, they may deny it now because they're being liberated / occupied by the Americans. This is after the war. This is just after the war.
Okay, so like they're saying, hold on, let's go back.
That is your job in Germany. They have been trained to hate and destroy. They believe they were born to be masters, that we are inferiors, designed to be their slaves. They may deny it now, but they believe it, and will try to prove it again.
Wow.
Don't argue with them. Don't try to change their point of view. Other Allied representatives will concern themselves with that. You are not being sent into Germany as educators. You are soldiers. You will observe their local laws, respect their customs and religion, and you will respect their property rights. You will not ridicule them. You will not argue with them. You will not be friendly. You will be aloof, watchful, and suspicious. Every German is a potential source of trouble. Therefore, there must be no fraternization with any of the German people. Fraternization means making friends. The German people are not our friends. You will not associate with German men, women, or children. You will not associate with them on familiar terms, either in public or in private. You will not visit in their homes, nor will you ever take them into your confidence. We are determined that the vicious German cycle of war, shall once and for all time come to an end. That is your job in Germany.